Good evening, everyone. How are you doing? I wanted to come on briefly, as it states, to discuss some of the benefits of walking. I won't be before you too long. I know that today is Good Friday, and that a lot of people have um, things that they want to do. So we'll just go ahead and jump right in. Again, my name is Coach DP, and tonight we will be discussing some of the benefits of walking. So the first thing I want to let you know is that walking is a weight bearing exercise. So you might be like, what's that? It's an exercise that involves our arms, our legs, and our feet to support our weight. And some of the benefits of weight bearing exercises are that it improves balance, coordination, endurance, and overall health. This can be used to strengthen our muscles, our ligaments, and our joints, as well as reduce the risk of fractures. So, with walking being a weight bearing exercise, now we will discuss some of the benefits of walking. So, some of the benefits of walking are that it improves cardiovascular health, which means that it lowers our blood pressure, it improves circulation, it reduces the risk of heart disease and stroke, as well as maintaining a healthy weight. The second benefit of walking is weight management. Walking burns calories and contributes to weight loss or weight management when combined with a healthy nutrition, when you combine it with healthy nutrition. It also helps to build lean muscle, which can further increase our metabolism. The third benefit of walking is that it enhances mental well-being. So what walking does is walking releases endorphins, which are our natural mood lifters, which can reduce stress, anxiety, and symptoms of depression. It also promotes relaxation and improves sleep quality. The fourth benefit of walking is that it increases our fitness level. So, walking daily improves overall fitness, endurance, stamina, and combats fatigue. Overall, it can lead to greater physical strength and endurance. The fifth benefit of walking is that it improves joint and bone health. As I stated earlier, walking is a weight bearing exercise. So, this does help maintain bone density and strength, as well as reducing the risk of osteoporosis and improving joint flexibility and mobility. Um, so earlier this week, I have a new dog. I'm trial running the dog, but anywho, I've had him since Saturday. So we were walking one day this week, and I was walking in my neighborhood, and I tripped and fell on the sidewalk. It wasn't my finest moment, but I did jump right back up or whatever. I was slightly sore that day. I scraped my elbow. Other than my pride, really, that was the only thing that really got injured. So that night into the next morning, I was a little sore, but by that night, the next night I was fine. We was up walking again. So, and I know I am able to attribute that due to regular walking for bones health and muscle density, bone density, and everything. Because listen, I hit the sidewalk like hard, and the dog, listen. That's why we still try running him out, because he didn't seem like he was all that concerned. But moving right along, the sixth benefit of walking is better digestion. So walking stimulates our digestive system and can help alleviate constipation and promote regular bowel movements. A lot of people are constipated. If you do not go every day, or you do not go after every meal, you are constipated. Now, what we eat and proper hydration can affect constipation, but as well as us living a sedentary lifestyle, that can contribute to constipation. So being able to walk on a regular basis will help alleviate constipation. It will definitely get your bowels moving. That was the sixth benefit. The seventh benefit of walking is longevity. Walking has been linked to reduced risk of chronic disease, which ultimately promoting overall longevity and well-being. So now I'm going to go ahead and share some tips to be able to include walking in your routine, because you might be like, okay, I like those benefits. So how do I add it as a part of my routine? The first thing is to start small. Too much, too fast can cause injury, or it can just make you feel overwhelmed, burnt out, and discouraged. So you want to start small. making it a part of your routine. You also want to schedule it. Anything that's important to us is going to be on our agenda. We're going to plan for it. We're going to set time aside for it. So walking should be no different. You really want to just look at your schedule, see what you have going on, and see where you have in your day that you can walk to make it a part of your routine. Another thing is mix it up. You don't want to do the same thing over and over again, because that can produce boredom, which would make us not want to continue. So you want it to be interesting. So you want to switch it up. So switch up different routines, switch up different routes. And as you do it more, you would want to increase duration and intensity to maximize those benefits. Also, using technology. There's a lot of fitness trackers out there that allow you to be able to track your walk, how many steps you go, how fast you go. That can really help make it fun and interactive. You can enter challenges, as well as keep you motivated to keep going. So there are several recommendations for walking if you want to make it a part of your routine. For optimal health, the experts recommend that you walk 150 minutes in a week. That roughly breaks down into 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. That is the minimum recommendation. You can certainly walk more than that, but the minimum is 150 minutes a week, which breaks down into 30 minutes a day. So, in aiming for at least 30 minutes a day, if you are not there starting out, it's okay. Start it where you can and build up to that. But if you can do 30 minutes, great. And you just want to build upon that. It's important to wear comfortable shoes and comfortable clothes. I know a lot of time, ladies, we like to look cute. We like to buy all our workout clothes, and that's fine. You want to make sure that they're comfortable and that you have proper shoes for walking. It's important to maintain good posture. So you want to walk with your head up and your torso erected. You don't want to be slouched over. You want to make sure you have your core engaged as you're walking. It's also important to stay hydrated with the warmer months coming in. It's important that you want to make sure you're hydrated before, during, and after the walk, because you don't want to become dehydrated in your fitness goal. Another thing that I will add here, with it getting warmer and spring coming into summer and things starting to bloom, if you have hair that you do not wash every day, you want to make sure that you cover your hair when you're out walking. Obviously, I have locks. I do not wash my hair every day, but I do cover up my hair anytime I'm outside, not just exercising, or if I'm outside working in the yard, because of the pollen and things like that. If that stuff is trapped in your hair, it can increase your allergy symptoms, coughing, sneezing, runny eyes, things like that. So just something to be mindful. We may not always think about that. That depending on how your hair is, and your hair maintenance, that it's important to have your hair covered. So for places to walk, as I stated, I like to walk outside. Not everybody has a gym membership or a treadmill. I do have a gym membership and I have a treadmill, but I still just prefer to walk outside. I like to walk in nature, so walking outside is an option. Urban areas is a good place to walk. I don't feel like I live in an urban area for my definition of an urban area. However, when I go to the state capital or our nation's capital, I do like to walk around in those areas. So I make sure I dress appropriately for that. Trails are a good place to walk, walking trails, trails in nature. If you do not know where trails are, you could just Google it, local trails in my area or the closest trail to me. And that will give you some options to walk. Being able to walk at the beach. I do like to walk at the beach before it's super, super hot. Now it's a little too cold for me to think about walking at the beach because the temperature it tend to be cooler around water, so I don't like that. But once it warms up, I do like to take some mornings and go and walk in the beach. If you have never walked in the beach, along the sand or along the sidewalk, depending on the beach that you go to, it'll definitely add to the workout. Just the extra resistance of the trail, the sand. Another option for walking is malls. I know malls are closing. Some malls are still open. If there's malls in your area, being able to walk indoor, it doesn't necessarily have to be a mall. It could be a mall-like area as far as a department store, because that will offer an alternative if there's inclement weather, especially once you really get going. It's a part of your routine, because when you don't do it, you'll feel it. And some people still walk outside in the weather. I'm not one of those people. So in that regard, I will use my treadmill or I'll go to the gym, but being able to walk indoors is a good benefit if you don't have those things. Now, if you are a person who is going to be motivated to spend your money when you're walking, that may not be the best option for you, because we're focusing on fitness and not shopping. But if you see something that you like, it's good to make a mental note, but you want to keep going. So don't go walking in the mall and spending up your money and say, well, Coach DP told me to walk in the mall, because that's not exactly what I stated completely. Another caveat that I want to add as far as walking. Now, I know I stated earlier that walking, a benefit of walking is longevity. So being able to live longer. Now, with that, the research suggests being able to walk 3 miles in an hour is associated with longevity. So that's a pretty brisk pace. I personally, because I walk outside and I have to account for things like traffic and cars and people and things like that, school buses, the trash cans, the waste management people. I am not at, the last time I timed it, I walked 3 miles in 1 hour and 4 minutes. So some people might say, oh, you're right there. That's not my measurement. In order for me to feel like I have walked 3 miles in 1 hour, it needs to be 59 minutes right at 1 hour when I'm back in my driveway. So that is my current short-term goal. But for longevity purposes, being able to live a long time, you need to be able to walk 4 miles in 1 hour. That is my long-term goal. My long-term goal is to be able to walk up to 4 miles in 1 hour, if not more. Because a lot of people may not notice, but I desire to live to be 139. I say that quite often because it is true. I want to live to be 139 years old. I feel like it took me 39 years to just kind of unlearn some of the things that I had learned erroneously and kind of change my thought patterns and how I view some things. So I would like an additional 100 years of recompense. Now, with that being said, I do have several people in my family who have lived to be over 100. So it is possible. It has definitely happened in my bloodline, and they are not going to be the only ones. I desire to outlive them. I desire to outlive a lot of people. Clearly, I want to live to be 139. So my long-term goal is to be able to walk a minimum of 4 miles in 1 hour. At that 3 mile mark, almost, or whatever, I need to be able to time it down for what I would consider, but that is my goal. So what about you? Do you like walking? Do you not like walking? If you do walk, where do you walk? What are your thoughts about walking? Do you have a goal of wanting to walk more? What are your thoughts on the 3 miles in 1 hour or the 4 miles an hour? I would love to hear your thoughts about it. I thank you so much for tuning in with me. I hope that you have a great weekend and a good resurrection weekend, if that is something that you will be doing. I hope you have a great weekend. And until next time, have a good evening.